In the last days, God says that evil times are going to come, and it's going to get worse and worse and worse. 2 Timothy chapter 3, he lists quite a few things. And he talks about how there's going to be people, they're going to hold a form of godliness, but having denied its power, turn away from these. Don't stick with them. Why? Well, see, an important thing to note about godliness is, it's a behavior and it's Jesus. What do they have? A form of godliness. They're pretending to be Jesus. They're pretending to be followers of Jesus. Okay? Turn away from those fakes, those pretenders, those imposters. In verse 13, he says the evil men, evil people, evil and imposters are going to go worse and worse and worse. But he also lists, and he says that Jans and Jambres, okay, those are the magicians, okay, that opposed Moses before Pharaoh. God confirms that the Talmud tradition of those, which Paul, who was a Pharisee, would have known was true by confirming that. He didn't confirm the Talmud is true, but just that this tradition, this listing of it was true. So these magicians, okay, they're going to be fakes. They're going to grab demonic power. They're going to be in the church doing all sorts of signs and wonders, okay, and they're going to oppose the truth. That doesn't mean that the Holy Spirit, and the gifts of the Spirit are not true, but there's going to be imposters, fakes, and, they're going to do that. Now, if you ever heard the Confessions of Marjo, he was a preacher that used to do this. And I don't think he did too much magic work per se, but he fully confessed that he was a fake. And he came out and he documented it, and unfortunately, sadly, he never fully repented and came back to God. But he showed that it's true. And I have also shown before many other people that are, they went to magicians. They went to the voodoo people to get powers, and that's how they got all these powers to do these magic tricks, because they went directly to demons, and then they said it was from God, and their churches grew and grew and grew and grew, big mega churches, and there's a lot of people in a lot of churches doing this. God's Spirit is real, and the gifts of the Spirit are real, absolutely, but so is demons. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says God will send a delusion for those who do not want the truth, so that they will follow them.